The most dangerous soul in any space is the one who doesn't need the space. Let that sink in for a moment. This world is addicted to validation. Scrolls, likes, comments, gossip, applause. People are hooked on crumbs of attention, like it's oxygen. More than half the world can't go a single day without feeding that addiction. But then there's you, walking through this matrix without begging for eyes to notice. Unbothered, unmoved, disconnected from the circus, that alone makes you a problem. See, society tells people if you're not in the crowd, you're missing out. But the truth? It's the crowd that's missing out on themselves. And nothing exposes that illusion faster than a soul who stands alone, centered, sovereign, unapologetically unbothered. The irony? The same ones who laugh at you for being too quiet, too different, are the same ones secretly wishing they had your strength. You don't clap for clowns. You don't beg for crumbs. You don't need 20 cheerleaders to validate your breath. And that infuriates them, because deep down they know they're slaves to the very noise you've mastered escaping. It's almost funny when you step back. Some people lose sleep because you refuse to lose sleep over them. They'll throw shade, whisper lies, try to pull you into their chaos. But you sip your alkaline water in silence, like someone with infinite cheat codes on peace. And nothing breaks them harder than realizing their drama can't rent space in your temple. So let's break it down. Why your solitude enrages them. Why your calm is seen as rejection. Why your very existence challenges everything they thought they knew about power. And why your independence exposes their chains. Because once you grasp this, you'll never look at your solitude the same way again. People envy what they cannot control. That's the heart of it. This world runs on invisible strings. Guilt, pressure, manipulation. Family uses it. Friends use it. Society thrives on it. I need you to react. I need you to respond. I need you to move when I push. But with you, the rules break. Their guilt bounces. Their shade dissolves. Their manipulation hits like a dull arrow against stone. And when people realize their usual tricks don't move you, they panic. Because control is the silent currency of human interaction. And you're bankrupting their system by refusing to play. Their envy isn't really anger at you. It's frustration that you cannot be owned. You refuse to be a puppet in their theater. So they flip the script and paint you as the villain. But what cuts them deepest is how natural it looks on you. You're not sitting up late plotting how to resist. You just exist in a frequency where their games don't land. Your self-possession is effortless, and it exposes how fragile their dependence on validation truly is. You are living proof that someone can be whole, without applause, without approval, without permission. That proof rattles their foundation, so they envy not just your solitude, but the sovereignty it represents. Your silence is a mirror they cannot stand. Most people can't survive their own company. The moment the noise dies, their demons get loud. That's why they cling to endless conversations, gossip, distraction. They think movement means progress, but really it's avoidance. Then there's you, not just tolerating the silence, but thriving in it. Where they get restless, you get sharper. Where they get drained, you get lighter. Your solitude has refined you like fire refines gold. That's why your energy feels different. That's why your words cut deeper. Because you're born from clarity, forged in quiet, not noise borrowed from the crowd. People envy that discipline, the ability to sit with your own thoughts and not run from them. They envy the power to find peace where they only find panic. But instead of admitting it, they label you weird, antisocial, cold. Not because it's true, but because it's easier to throw stones than admit they're terrified of their own silence. To the insecure, your calm feels like rejection, and rejection is their deepest wound. They throw shade, stir drama, bait you into chaos, hoping you'll bite, hoping you'll prove they matter. But when you don't flinch, don't clap back, don't feed the fire, it cuts worse than any insult. Because silence to an insecure person isn't peace, it's dismissal. It tells them, you're not powerful enough to move me, and that's what destroys them. They'd rather you hate them than ignore them, because hate still ties you to them. But indifference, that makes them invisible. And for someone whose identity is built on being noticed, invisibility feels like death. So they envy your composure because it forces them to face the reality they try to hide. They have no real influence over you. And that powerlessness cuts deeper than 1,000 insults. Your independence dismantles the matrix they live in. From childhood, they're taught survival comes from the group. Dress like us, think like us, laugh when we laugh, belong, or be punished. But when you stand alone without flinching, you prove the lie. You prove survival doesn't come from belonging, it comes from alignment. That terrifies them, because your independence exposes their dependency. Your strength without a crowd highlights their weakness even within one. They can't exile you because you never needed their inclusion. They can't shame you because you don't crave their nod. You strip their power the moment you show them it was never real. And so, instead of confronting their own chains, they demonize your freedom. They call it arrogance. They call it selfishness. But truthfully, they call it what they wish they had courage to claim. Your energy is rare, and what's rare, people can't categorize. So they target it. You walk into rooms and shift atmospheres without trying. Not because you're loud, but because your spirit speaks first. It's an ancient resonance, forged through fire, carried through lifetimes. They can feel it, even if they can't name it. And because they can't replicate it, they resent it. What they chase through trends, masks, rituals, you embody naturally. Energy cultivated through authenticity, through pain survived, through silence mastered, through alignment chosen over conformity. That kind of energy can't be bought. It can't be faked. It can only be lived. And that's why they envy you. Not for what you have, but for what you are. Because you are proof, living, breathing proof, that freedom exists beyond their chains, and power exists beyond their performance. And that truth, real one, is why they cannot stand you. But it is also why they cannot touch you. Stay focused.